Here are 3 rules for using quotation marks with other punctuation. First, commas and periods go inside the closing quotation marks. Second, semicolons and colons go outside the closing quotation marks. Third, question marks and exclamation points go inside the closing quotation marks if the quotation is a question or an exclamation. Otherwise, they go outside.
Wow, that's a lot to remember. Can we take them one at a time?
Sure, it looks like a lot, but it's pretty simple. Let's start with commas and periods.
Those go inside the final quotation mark, right? So I could say, your dog Muggs, comma, quotation mark. I said, barks too much, period, quotation mark.
You could.
Then I could also say, I said, Muggs has an appointment with the dog therapist tomorrow, period, quotation mark.
Yes, you could. Now, as for semicolons and colons, you would place those outside the final quotation mark.
So are these right? You said, Muggs barks too much, quotation mark, semicolon. I wonder how much is too much. And, these are the 3 reasons why Muggs barks too much, quotation mark, colon. He's hungry, he's lonely, and you smell funny.
Good. Immature, but otherwise perfect. And finally, the question marks and exclamation points.
Didn't you say that they go inside at some times and outside at other times?
Right. They go inside the final quotation marks if the quotation is a question or an exclamation.
So the sentences would be punctuated like this. You asked, why does Muggs bark every time he's around me? Question mark, quotation mark. I shouted, it's because Muggs doesn't like you! Exclamation point, quotation mark.
Great job. Be careful, though. Don't fall into this trap. If the quotation is not a question or an exclamation, then the question mark or exclamation point goes outside the final quotation mark.
Like this? Can you tell me why you always call Muggs the Terminator? Quotation mark, question mark. You had better stop calling Muggs the Terminator! Quotation mark, exclamation point. I see. The phrase the Terminator isn't a question or an exclamation. The whole sentence is.
Exactly. So, remember the 3 rules.
Let me try. 1. Commas and periods go inside the final quotation marks. 2. Semicolons and colons go outside. 3. Question marks and exclamation points go inside if the quotation is a question or an exclamation. Otherwise, they go outside.